Welcome to a gun-blazing, blood-splattering, teeth-busting episode of Movies with Megashaun, The Hateful Eight! The Hateful Eight. Directed by the legend Quentin Tarantino, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, bleebity blobbity, blobbity blue, you know, for the most part, the usual suspects, with some great, with a solid cameo, with whom I feel possibly better about a guy playing a certain comic book hero, but that's another subject for another day. Now, The Hateful Eight is again, leads on to Quentin Tarantino's pace, somewhat slow in the beginning, but it definitely pays off. You have a African-American gentleman meeting a man, and then from there it slowly takes off and blossoms. Obviously, with it being a period piece, we all learned from Django that Quentin Tarantino isn't shy from using any of the language they used to use back then. So if your ears are a tad sensitive to the N-word, you might not want to go see the movie, because you're going to hear it a lot, but it is what it is in regards to Quentin Tarantino, and that we sort of know, what side he's on. So it takes place in a cabin, and over a couple of days, and in what ensues, because you have a gentleman who's trying to turn in a prisoner, he's a bounty hunter, and he's trying to turn in his bounty, and it's basically them trying to not allow him to turn his bounty in. So, who's on his side, who isn't on his side, I can't even really say too much, because I definitely don't want to spoil it for you. You should have already seen the movie anyway. But if you haven't, epic film, foul language galore, blood all over the place. Anytime you got Samuel L. Jackson and Quentin Tarantino together, there's some form of comedy and magic. But as great as Sam and Kurt Russell and even Channing Tatum was in the film, Walton Goggins steals the show. If anyone would be considered, a great actor in this movie, if anybody had a great performance in this movie, he would be at the top of the list. Stellar. He definitely shined in Django. I think this takes the cake. If he isn't getting more work after this, he definitely should. And what I liked about the movie, it was action, there was blood, the storytelling was great, as Tarantino does. What I did not like, the beginning, it did kind of drag a little bit, by me being Megashaun. I obviously stayed awake for that, but I do know some people that did kind of doze off, but in a 3-hour movie, you kind of get your rest. I did enjoy the intermission though. If you go see the 70 millimeter one, you do get an intermission. It's about 3 hours and some change in total. What I did not like, again, there really wasn't too much not to like. I went into it knowing it was a Tarantino film, with no real expectations besides what Tarantino does, and he definitely delivered. So please continue to subscribe, like, check us out this week so far. Top 5 game. Don't forget Movies with Megashaun. Click somewhere over here. Be sure to check out The Hateful Eight. And don't even worry about the Twizzlers on this one. This one's on me. See you guys later.
Culture Junkies!